You ever get threatened over land you legally own and realize the threat itself is the mistake? Because that's how this whole thing started. Not with shouting. Not with violence. But with confidence coming from people who didn't actually have the right. I had owned this land quietly for years. Clear boundaries. Clean paperwork. No drama. Then the HOA started acting like they ran it. Emails at first. Friendly warnings. Then fines for rules that didn't apply to me. And then one letter crossed the line. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a threat. They said comply or face enforcement. Legal action. Community consequences. And that's when I stopped being polite. Because here is the thing nobody tells you. People threaten when they think you won't push back. Instead of arguing. Instead of yelling. I did the one thing they never expected. I built an electric fence. Fully permitted. Professionally installed. Clearly marked. Right on my property line. Not aggressive. Not hidden. Just honest. And the second that fence went live, everything changed. Phones rang non-stop.
This is an outrage.
Emails
You can't
got
do this.
heated.
Order. I will not tolerate such
Suddenly,
outbursts.
I was intimidating people. Suddenly, I was the problem.
This is the future of our city. With these plans,
Because
we can
the fence
transform this
wasn't
space
the
into a
issue.
thriving community hub.
The fence exposed the truth. They didn't know what they claimed. They tried to scare me into removing it. Said residents felt unsafe. Said property values would drop. But feelings don't override deeds. So they took me to court. Now rewind this part for a second. Because this escalated fast. One threat turned into lawyers. Lawsuits. Emergency meetings. They filed for an injunction. Wanted the fence gone immediately. But here is where confidence met paperwork. I showed up with surveys, deeds, county permits, electrical inspections, everything clean. Mid-story rehoop right here. Because the judge asked one simple question.
The evidence presented
Who
compels
owns
us to
the
make a
land
decision
where the
that
fence
upholds the
stands?
principles of justice.
And nobody on their side answered it. They talked around it. Community reliance. Expectations. Long-term use.
Does anyone know what those
But
question marks
ownership
mean?
doesn't
seen
come
anything
from
like this
vibes. Outside the courtroom, their tone changed. Suddenly, they wanted to talk.
Thank you all for being here
Wanted
today.
compromise.
I'm excited to share our vision for the
That
future.
told me everything. But instead of backing off, they doubled down. More letters. More threats. More accusations. And that's when discovery started. Emails came out. Board discussions. Private messages. And that's when the truth spilled. They knew the land wasn't theirs. They just hoped I'd never enforce it. They literally bet on silence. And that's when the story flipped.
Your Honor, the evidence
Because
clearly
court
shows an
filings are
injustice has
public.
occurred. We cannot let this stand.
Residents started reading. Banks started calling. Title companies froze files. HOA meetings turned into chaos. People realized they were paying lawyers over land the HOA didn't own. Settlement offers came next. Quiet money. Confidential deals. I said no. Because this wasn't about cash. This was about setting a line. County froze permits. Construction stopped. Pressure mounted. Then something unexpected happened. Homeowners reached out to me. Not angry. Scared. They didn't know. They were misled. So I offered a real solution. Public. Transparent. Fair. HOA board rejected it. Too much accountability. And that's when the judge saw everything. The emails. The ignored warnings. The rejected solutions. And the judge said something that ended it all. This court does not protect organized negligence. Authority revoked. Operations suspended. Accounts frozen. The HOA collapsed in an afternoon. President resigned. Board vanished. Lawyer walked. Nobody lost their home. Nobody got evicted. We worked with the county. Temporary management. Order, not chaos. Families fixed deeds. Records corrected. Ownership finally real. The fence stayed. The land stayed. The threats ended. That electric fence wasn't about keeping people out. It was about drawing a boundary. And once that boundary was drawn, the judge made sure it stayed. That's what happens when intimidation meets law. When confidence meets paperwork. When silence meets truth. And that's how an HOA threatened my land. And learned the hard way that courts don't respect bluffing.